So earlier today, there was a moment that caught everyone's attention at the Supreme Court complex in Abuja. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, was seen coming out of the Supreme Court after filing his new court papers. Now, this wasn't just an ordinary scene. As soon as people inside the complex realized he was around, workers and staff members began stepping out from their offices just to have a glimpse of him. You could literally feel the energy, people whispering, others taking photos, and some cheering softly as he passed. The atmosphere was charged, but it was peaceful. Many of the court staff said it was surprising to see him in person after such a long time. Remember, Kanu's case has been one of the most talked about legal issues in Nigeria for years now. So every time he appears in court or files anything new, it draws a lot of public interest. Please, if you're watching this right now, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can get more calm, clear updates like this one. Now, what exactly happened? Kanu's legal team filed fresh processes at the Supreme Court. They are basically asking the apex court to look into certain rulings and legal steps that have been made so far in his case. It's like they're saying, let the highest court in the land take another look and see if everything has been done correctly according to the law. That's why this filing matters, because when you take something to the Supreme Court, it means you've reached the final and most powerful level of appeal in Nigeria's legal system. As he came out of the building, he looked calm, collected, and determined. His lawyers were with him, and you could see how organized the moment was. He wasn't surrounded by a crowd of supporters. The people cheering were mostly staff within the Supreme Court complex, and that's what made it so unusual. These are civil servants, people who work there every day, and yet they stepped out to see him. That shows you how much this story has stayed alive in the minds of many Nigerians. Let's pause for a second. If you're following this gist, please click that like button now. It really helps the video reach more people. And don't forget to subscribe because we'll keep following this story until the next court date. Now back to the main gist. For those who may not know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case started years ago and it has gone through many stages. He has faced charges related to unlawful activities, but his legal team has always maintained that he was only exercising his right to freedom of speech and self-determination. Over time, different courts have given different rulings, some in his favor, others not. The journey has been long and complicated. What happened today shows that his lawyers are not backing down. They want every legal option explored. And that's something every citizen is entitled to. The right to a fair hearing and the right to appeal. This is the beauty of democracy. No matter how sensitive a case is, the court remains the final judge, not the street, not social media, not public opinion. Now imagine that scene again. Workers and lawyers coming out, whispering, taking quick photos, watching him walk through. For many, it felt like seeing history in motion. Whether you support him or not, you can't deny that this case has shaped a lot of discussions about justice, fairness, and national unity in Nigeria. And please, if you're still watching, like this video now and make sure you subscribe to stay updated. Every like really helps the channel grow, and it means you'll get notified whenever new information comes out about this or any other important story. Let's talk about what the filing actually means. When a person files a process at the Supreme Court, it's not an automatic decision. The justices will first look at the documents, check if they meet all legal requirements, and then decide whether to hear the matter or not. If they accept it, the next step will be to fix a hearing date where both sides will argue their points. That can take some time. So, today's event doesn't mean the case is over. It's just another important move in a long process. Another thing to note is that this new filing comes just days before another judgment is expected at the Federal High Court. That's why people are paying extra attention. It shows that Kanu's team is trying to make sure no legal door is left unopened. They're playing it smart, trying every option within the law to secure justice. Meanwhile, outside of the courtrooms, the reactions have been mixed. Some people online are excited, saying this might bring new hope for his release, while others are more cautious, saying we should wait for the court's decision before drawing conclusions. That's why it's important that we all stay calm and avoid spreading fake news or emotional statements. Let the courts do their job and let justice take its proper course. If you agree with that, please drop a comment below and tell me what you think. Should the Supreme Court fast-track this matter so that Nigerians can finally have clarity? Or should they take their time to study every detail carefully? Let's hear your thoughts, but please keep your comments respectful. Now, when you look at today's events closely, it tells you something about how strongly people still feel about this case. For years, the topic of Nnamdi Kanu has been more than just a legal issue. It has become a national conversation about fairness, unity, and rights. Some see him as a symbol of resistance, others see him as a controversial figure. But whichever way you look at it, the one thing everyone agrees on is that the rule of law must prevail. And that's why today's sight at the Supreme Court is powerful. It reminds everyone that at the end of the day, even the most heated national debates find the answers inside the courtroom, not outside it. Please don't forget to like this video right now if you haven't. I know some of you are listening quietly. Just tap that like button. It helps the channel grow and keeps us bringing you verified, balanced updates. Now, another interesting thing about today's event is how calm everything was. There was no chaos, no loud protest, no shouting, just quiet curiosity. You could tell that people wanted to see him, but they also respected the setting. That's maturity. It shows that Nigerians are learning to express interest peacefully without disrupting order. That's something to be proud of. Some observers have also said that this kind of calm moments may help reduce tension in the region. When people see that the legal process is moving and that the courts are open to hearing every side, it gives confidence in the system. And that confidence is what every democracy needs. If you agree, hit the like button again and subscribe for more balanced stories. We tell it how it happens. Calm, clear, and factual. Now, let's look at what could happen next. The Supreme Court may review the new filing, and if they find merit, they'll fix a hearing date. If they decline, the lower court proceedings will continue. Either way, Nigerians are watching closely. This next phase will tell us a lot about how strong the justice system is and how committed everyone is to fairness. And let's be honest, many people are tired of long, dragged-out cases. They want closure. They want peace. They want to move on. But justice must take its time. Rushing it doesn't help anyone, and dragging it forever doesn't help either. That's why the balance is so important. So after the news broke that Nnamdi Kanu was seen at the Supreme Court complex, social media went wild. Videos started spreading fast. Short clips showing him walking calmly, dressed neatly, his lawyers beside him, and people from different offices rushing to the corridors and balconies just to catch a glimpse. You could see some waving softly, some even whispering, "That's him." It wasn't a protest. It was just genuine human curiosity and admiration from people who wanted to see someone they had heard about for years. Many Nigerians on social platforms like X, formerly Twitter, and Facebook began sharing the video with captions like "Freedom fighter spotted at the Supreme Court" or "Kanu still standing strong." It was trending for hours. But beyond the buzz, what this really shows is that the case still touches people emotionally. Whether you support or disagree with him, you can't deny the influence of this one man on public conversation in Nigeria. Now, as he left the complex, reports say he acknowledged some of the staff with a small wave and a calm smile before entering his vehicle. It was peaceful, dignified, and controlled. His body language said a lot. Not angry, not defeated, just focused. And that's something his supporters have been emphasizing online, that he remains firm and committed to his cause, even while following lawful channels. Don't forget to like this video if you're watching right now. It really helps this channel grow And if you're new here, please subscribe so you don't miss any updates on stories like this. Now let's talk about what Nigerians are saying. Some believe that this fresh filing is a positive step, that it could open new legal doors for justice. Others think it might just be another procedural move that won't change much immediately. But one thing is clear, everyone is watching closely. The Southeast region in particular is paying attention because this case directly affects sentiments there. People are hopeful, but cautious. And you know, one thing that really stood out from today's scene was how much respect everyone showed. Even though people were excited to see him, no one tried to cause confusion. The Supreme Court is a place of order, and that order was maintained. That's a good example for everyone. It means Nigerians can show interest, they can express emotion, but still respect the rule of law. Now, if we're honest, many are praying that this legal battle comes to a fair and peaceful end soon. Because for years, the topic of Nnamdi Kanu has been a source of tension. Every court date, every hearing, every news headline stirs up emotions. But at the end of the day, people just want peace, fairness, and unity in the country. So, what could happen next? Well, once the Supreme Court looks at the new filing, they'll either accept it for hearing or reject it. If they accept it, it means there'll be another round of arguments. And if they reject it, then the lower court continues its process. Either way, there's still time ahead before we see the final outcome. But the most important thing is that the process is ongoing. It hasn't stopped. And that's why today's sight at the Supreme Court means so much. It reminds Nigerians that no matter how long justice takes, the legal doors are still open. It also shows that peaceful expression and lawful action can still make a strong statement. Please, if you haven't yet, click that like button now and subscribe. I really appreciate every single one of you watching and engaging with this update. Let's keep building this platform for calm, truthful reporting. As we round up, let's be clear. This case is not just about one man. It's about how a country handles disagreement, justice, and national questions. It's about how far the legal system can go to ensure fairness for all. And it's about citizens learning that even when we don't agree on issues, we must still respect the process that binds us together as a nation. So let's keep watching with open minds. Let's stay patient. And most importantly, let's keep promoting peace, because at the end of the day, whether you support or oppose Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what Nigeria truly needs right now is unity, progress, and fairness under the law. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this gist. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please like this video right now. It takes just one click, but it helps a lot. And don't forget to subscribe, because I'll be bringing you more calm and balanced updates as the story unfolds. Till next time, stay informed, stay peaceful, and keep believing in justice.